Networking is a tool that can open many doors, and Athletes Launch wanted to do just that by connecting athletes and businesses for opportunities. Here to tell us more about Athletes Launch are the CEO and founder, Krinstina Koné, and the Chief Revenue Officer, Ben Koné. Thank you guys so much for joining us here on Live in the Bay. How exciting. A mother and son duo. This is so cool. I'd love to talk about Athletes Launch. For some of our viewers who may not know, describe it to me and what exactly the purpose it serves.
Sure. Well, the greater purpose is to help athletes and help companies. In general, the platform connects them by allowing them to post videos and more facts about themselves on both sides. Companies for branding and finding talent and finding ways to market their products and services. Athletes for finding opportunities once they're done with their playing career and finding ways to generate revenue while they're playing through NIL sponsorships.
Wow, that's amazing. And
thanks.
Yeah, that's so incredible, this idea that you guys have come up with. But what inspired this idea to create Athletes Launch?
Well, the idea really came from when I was playing in college, my mom noticing that a lot of the guys that I had played with not having jobs when they would roll out of college. So my freshman year, she decided to start developing Athletes Launch, which would be a platform for my friends to connect with opportunities when they were done playing.
Wow, amazing. Yeah. And what are some of the programs and businesses that Athletes Launch works with and offers?
Yeah, so we have the platform where they can connect electronically. We also have a program called Ignite that actually helps athletes be trained and work in jobs to get the skills that they need.
Yeah.
So early on in the development of the company and the program, I researched just certain attributes that athletes have, including that they test slightly higher in areas that companies measure for employee engagement later. So bringing an athlete in who already skews high in some of the engagement categories can really help the company even during the time that they're training. And for the athletes, they're just missing some experience to understand what is this new playing field? How can I leverage a lot of the attributes and skills that I have into a future career, so the end of my playing time, it's a comma, not a period.
Love that. So it's mutually beneficial to both the athlete and the business. And for you, like you said, you're a former collegiate athlete. From your personal experience, why is it so important to connect athletes to these businesses?
Well, when you're coming out of playing, when you're starting chapter 2, it's hard finding your next move because you've never moved like that before.
Yeah.
And so my mom, put this together, and I feel so grateful for the opportunity because I was able to seamlessly transition into that, and I had all the help I needed. I had a lot of good influences around me coming out of college, so my time in the dark wasn't as long, right? Some guys need help getting pulled out of the mud, and everybody's mud looks different. So
I love that. I might steal that quote from you. That's a good one. And I have to highlight the fact that you guys are a mother and son duo. For you as a mother, what has it been like working with Ben?
It's really been...
I saw that chuckle.
Well, working with family, it has its ups and it's got its challenges, but really I think the bigger thing for me has been we're actually living what we're helping bring to communities. So I have a former athlete who is working with me, and in a startup. I've been in other startups, I've been through a couple IPOs, and that's been terrific. But I've never really been in this situation, starting from scratch, with a former college athlete who's also my son. And so what's been a big benefit, not just from a personal standpoint, because I get to see him more than when he was traveling for basketball, but really the value of what an athlete brings, right? The tenacity, the ability to just get up and try again immediately, to understand that it's a marathon, not a sprint.
That mental part.
That's right. That mental part, in addition to, he's got a huge network of players. Not just for his sport, but beyond other sports. And it also lends credibility. So an example is one of the pilot programs we did, where we had athletes trained to be business development reps at a medical SaaS, software as a service company.
Rapid AI.
Yeah, Rapid AI, one of who we did the pilot with. Ben was able to really talk to the athletes and you leverage his network to get most of those athletes in place, but also explain to them like, hey, when you're transitioning, when you're going through this change curve, here's some things you want to look for in yourself. And also you want to understand how you need to plug in immediately and just connect in order to get the maximum value out of this experience.
Yeah.
So it's been helpful for me as a leader, for our company, and also for our athletes to have the benefit of having Ben as a co-founder.
You guys complement each other so well. And really quickly,
Yeah.
Ben, I have to ask you one more thing. What is the future of Athletes Launch?
The future of Athletes Launch is really having a full stack solution for athletes from the time they start playing to the time they transition out of their playing career into actual corporate work. Being able to have those opportunities right there in the app and have services that benefit their health, mental health, and otherwise, really being able to offer that to everyone.
Well, Krinstina, Ben, it was just an absolute pleasure. Mother-son duo, I love it. Thank you guys so much for joining us
Thanks
here.
for having
Thank you
us.
so much.